Minecraft, a game known for having some of the most iconic and recognizable mobs in gaming history. Whether you're a seasoned veteran or someone that's completely oblivious to the game, you know the Creeper. You've stared into the eyes of an Enderman, you've traded with villagers, fought through piglin bastions, and most importantly, encountered the Chicken Jockey. They're all incredibly iconic to the point that the game would not be the same without them in it, but unfortunately, that cannot be said about all mobs in the game. Despite having a plethora of mobs with unique designs and features, there's quite a few mobs in the game that have absolutely no purpose or a purpose so negligible it's a disgrace to the word mob itself. And since Mojang won't care to give these mobs useful features, I decided to take the matters into my own hands and give these mobs the newfound purpose they truly deserve. I'll be going through mobs that have some niche uses here and there, all the way to those that have absolutely no use and don't even deserve to be called a mob. And the first mob that desperately needs a rework is the rabbit. Now granted, the rabbit does have some features that are technically salvageable, like being able to craft jump boost potions using their feet, which, let's be honest, absolutely nobody ever uses. But the real issue is that Mojang is intentionally holding them back. It's like they've gone out of their way to deny rabbits the potential they clearly have. These mobs could actually thrive. They could have unique mechanics, better interactions, or even just something to make them stand out. Instead, they're stuck being fast, annoying, and completely forgettable. And that's not just sad, it's disrespectful. But this wasn't always the case. Rabbits were once far more unique and, believe it or not, actually had potential. When they were first introduced, Mojang added the Killer Rabbit, a hostile variant with a 1 in 1000 chance to spawn naturally. It was brutal, terrifying, and honestly kind of hilarious. But most importantly, it was a unique feature that gave the rabbit an identity among the sea of passive mobs. Eventually though, the idea was scrapped and the Killer Rabbit was left to rot, forgotten and unused. Now I can sort of understand why they removed it. Maybe it was too random or too aggressive for the average player. But still, it gave the rabbit a much needed personality. Then came bundles, and for a brief moment, it seemed like the rabbits were finally getting the purpose they deserved. The original crafting recipe for the bundles actually required rabbit hide, which gave players a reason to hunt them, finally a meaningful use. But Mojang, in true Mojang fashion, changed the recipe. Now you don't need rabbit hide at all. And with that one change, rabbits went right back to being pointless. Sure, you can still craft rabbit hide into leather, but why even bother when cows are so much easier to farm and drop leather more reliably? At this point, rabbit hide is just useless trash, another item to clog your inventory and remind you that the mob it came from had potential once. So alongside being extremely annoying to kill, it has no useful attributes. Therefore, I made the rabbit great once again. First, I made it so that you need rabbit hide instead of leather to craft a bundle. Because let's be real, rabbit hide is the perfect material for a small, scrappy inventory pouch. It's a simple fix that instantly makes rabbits worth farming in early game. Second, I gave rabbits the ability to dig up Easter eggs. Every so often, the rabbit would dig into soft blocks like dirt, grass, or sand and then cover a small buried surprise.